Dear students, I am here to present this PPT for SY BCom, specifically SY BCom students. This PPT is nothing but the concepts which are very important from the business law point of view. These concepts are basically included in the Indian Contract Act, and Indian Contract Act is basic act in SY BCom syllabus. कभी कभी कोई बच्चे और स्टूडेंट लेक्चर कोई वजह से मिस करते हैं तो उनको भी एक रिवीजन हो जाएगा, इनको भी एक सीखने को मिल जाएगा कि क्या कंसेप्ट बिजनेस लॉ में है. और इवन फॉर फर्दर स्टडीज ऑल्सो यू कैन go through this concept again. Now, very first concept is agreement. Every promise and the set of the promise which forms the consideration for each other. Consideration means something in return. जो प्रॉमिस में कुछ लेन देन है, कुछ हम लेना देना चाहते, कुछ ऑब्लिगेशन है दोनों पार्टीज के बीच में, और वो प्रॉमिस, दैट इज द सेट ऑफ प्रॉमिस, इज नथिंग बट एग्रीमेंट. नाउ हियर वी कैन एक्सप्लेन दिस concepts in short words or in simple words, because at the time of exam you can keep in mind offer plus acceptance is equal to agreement, because there must be an offer first, then an offer whenever it is put in front of the other person, there is an intention to accept by other parties. So offer plus acceptance is equal to agreement. Next concept is contract. Under section 2H of the Indian Contract Act, this definition is given: an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Enforceable means to made into an effective. There are certain conditions given in the Indian Contract Act, and if agreement fulfills that condition, then that agreement can say as a valid contract, or that can be enforceable by law. Here again we can explain in brief with one formula: an agreement plus enforceability at law is equal to contract. So this again you can remember very well at the time of exam. Next concept is voidable contract. An agreement which is enforceable by law at the option of the one or more of the parties, not at the option of the other parties or others. That is the voidable contract. Voidable contract can be avoided. It can be set aside by one or more of the parties. So there is an option of one of the parties to set aside that contract. That is voidable contract. For example, if the contracts brought about by undue influence, coercion, then fraud and misrepresentation, that would be voidable, because in all these cases one of the parties, one of the person in the party whose consent was caused, and he can keep aside the contract. That is called voidable contract. All this terminology, that is undue influence, coercion, fraud and misrepresentation, we will learn in the next PPT. Next is void contract. A contract which ceases to be enforceable by law, that it becomes void. Here also we can example, suppose a contract without consideration, agreement without consideration, or minors agreement, these all are the void contract, because that ceases to be enforceable by law. So it becomes void. Next is, even we can differentiate this void and voidable in simple meaning. Voidable contract, that it's full and proper legal effect until it is set aside, while void contract is nullity, and so right would occur thereunder from its commencement. It is void ab initio, that is the phrase, means there is no contract in the eyes of law, that is void contract. So please understand the difference between void and voidable contract. Okay, void means totally ab initio, means no contract in the eyes of law, and voidable means that up to certain extent it is voidable, means there is a full and proper legal effect until that contract is kept aside. Okay, next, unenforceable contract. It is one of the contract that cannot be enforced in court of law. There are some technical problems, there are some technical defects or technical fulfillment, and if it is not fulfilled, then that contract cannot be enforced. Suppose lack of stamp paper, one of the example in unenforceable contract. Next is express contract. It is nothing but an offer in words, the promise, acceptance of any promise in words, okay, made in words, that is called express contract. Next is implied contract. This contract always we people face whenever we board in a bus, board in a train. It is when you are traveling by bus or traveling by train, it is must that you must it is necessary that you must purchase ticket. So proposal or acceptance of any promise that is made otherwise than in word, it is a by way of conduct, you can do that, that is implied contract. Next is executed contract. In executed contract, both the parties to the contract have already performed their obligations, or one of the party has already performed his part of the obligation and another party is yet to be performed. So either both the parties have performed their obligations, or one of the party in the contract has performed their part of the obligation and other party is still under to perform that obligation. That is the case of executed contract. Here we have one good example. Money lender, suppose he advanced a loan of rupees 10,000 to B, means B is a debtor here, and the period is for 3 months. The money lender has done whatever he has obligated to do, and not it remains for the debtor to repay the said debts. So after 3 months, definitely the money lender will ask to pay that debt. So that is what executed contract. Next is executory contracts. Here totally vice versa, because in executed contract we have learned both the parties have already performed their obligations, or one of the parties have performed their part of the obligation. Whereas in executory contract, both the parties are yet to be performed their obligations. So this is the case of executory contract. Here we have one good example. A promises to appoint B in his company with effect from 1st January of the next year. So neither A nor B has done whatever he had promised to do. This is one of the good example. Next is contingent contract. You might have heard the words contingent liability, because we all are the commerce student. It is unexpected. Okay, so the meaning is unexpected. We don't know whether it will happen or not happen. So whenever the contract to do or not to do something, if certain collateral event, if some event collateral to such contract does or does not happen, so that is contingent contract. Here also we have good example. A contracts to pay B rupees 10,000 if B's house will burn, because the liability of A will only raise if the B's house will burn. The particular event should take place. So particular event will take place, then only the A's liability will arise, otherwise not. Next is quasi contract. It arises whenever one person obtains a benefit or a sum of the money without any agreement, there is no express, no implied, no agreement previously, but certain benefits the person offers to any person, of course that person is uh, who offers that benefits, he has right to reimburse from the person to whom he has given certain benefits. Here suppose A supplies B, B is a lunatic with necessary suitable to his life or condition of life. Of course here A is entitled to be reimbursed from B's property. So that is quasi contract. There is no previous promises, there is no previous formation of the contract. Okay. Next is contract of record. Is very easy. Whenever any court judgment that we see, that is the contract of record, because that is on the record of the courts. Some contracts are record on the court, that is court judgment. Next is specialty contract. Specialty contract, it is writing and sign and seal and delivered by the parties. Here no consideration is required. Keep this in mind. No consideration is required in specialty contract. And in case of simple contract, the consideration is required, but that contract is not seal. That is simple contract. And the last one is e-contract. You know, we all are in the age of technology, and now the businessmen are not having a personal meeting with each other. Majority businessmen are now doing the contract through the digital mode, through the electronic mode, and whenever that any agreement or the contract is signed through the electronic form, to the electronic mode, that is called e-contract. And as per Information Technology 2000 Act, it has got now legal recognition for electronic documents. So that is e-contract. Thank you very much.